With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
This will be taken short. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Throwing now, Jackson on first down. It's complete downfield, out left to his running back. Touchdown, Vikings! With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
The kicker, Dustin Hopkins, set to get this one going. And we are underway from Ford Field. This is fielded at the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. So first and 10 now from the 30. They'll run it here. This is James White. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 14 and a first down for Detroit. On first and 10, here's Manning. This will be caught by Randy Moss. 20, 10, touchdown, Detroit. Randy Moss, 57 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms, because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
Here we go. Ready. 91.
On first down, Peyton. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34.
Smooth.
On second down and 4, Manning flush to his right. He finds Hopkins complete. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down. On third down, Peyton. An ideal start defensively. They already have the touchdown. Now they get the stop.
Just like they drew it up on the chalkboard. Does that sound dated? Right? Am I out of touch a little bit?
It's all right.
All right, grease board, heck, computer, exactly what you want, though. Score on your first drive, stop them on the first drive defensively.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. And, boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he's short of the line to gain. So they take a big chance here in their own territory. And you think the coach may have some questions to answer?
Yeah, and, normally we focus on the media, right? The social media barrage that he's going to get for this one.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. James White, 38 yards. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
This is taken at his 4. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and they're going to face a 3rd down. Manning now to throw. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, make him make someone miss in the open field.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Going to run the sweep here. This is Hopkins. And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else. What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
And now the Lions going to stop us momentarily as they call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. On is the punter, Brian Anger, to kick this one away. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
From the 24, Manning. He's going to loft one deep left, and that's caught inside the 35. It's a big play there for the Lions. 47 yards. Throwing now is Manning. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29.
Push him back. Go. Hey, Haywood. 52's the mark, boys. 52.
Throwing again. Manning. This is caught. Gronkowski. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. A good pickup there. 26 yards. Again, they'll throw with Manning. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Randy Moss with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. Boy, these guys are off to the races, Charles. 20-0.
Race, motorcycle race, plane race, whatever you want. Right now, they are sprinting past them.
Vinatieri out there to kick this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be open. And he coughed it up. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our 2 quarterbacks, certainly 2 of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
43's the mic. 43's the mic. Let's go, tight end. Let's go right here now. 53's in now.
The first carry for the former Nittany Lion. This is Saquon Barkley. The game's first play produces 6 yards. Brings up 2nd down.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Brady looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And he finds Cook. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. A huge play there for Arizona. 41 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. No gain on the dump off. It's second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly.
Coming to you, coming to you.
Looking to throw on second down. Brady, that'll be complete to Cook. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. The Cardinal passing game dialed in now. First down. They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And he is in for 6. Touchdown, Cardinals. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Cardinals take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Vinatieri able to tack on the PAT. And it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded a few yards into the end zone.
Here we go, set. 90, Wolf. Crunch down, defense. Get it.
They'll run on first down. Peyton, and that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and that'll make this a 2nd and 13. Shotgun now for Manning. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down. Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
30 base. Watch the screen, watch the screen.
On first down, Peyton. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Strong right, strong right, strong right. 4 down, check, check. Go.
On 2nd and 9, Manning. He'll get that to his tight end, Casper. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect.
Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. And he will bring this all the way back out to midfield. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line.
Come on, set. 60 or.
On first down, it's Tannehill. Got a man, it's Randy Moss. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 19 yards right off the bat, and a quick first down. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Now Tannehill. Sliding out of the pocket. He's going to let this go, and that's caught inside the 30. 33 yards that time. All right, Charles, let me put you in the head of one of those defenders out there. You have a big play like that go against you so early. Does that shake your confidence?
It shouldn't, but it often does, because your thought process all during the week is how you're going to get out.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. Adrian Peterson, 27 yards. And this offense takes the ball down the field and scores on their opening drive. And now a two-point conversion attempt forthcoming.
Check down, and one. Single.
A shotgun snap for Tannehill. Buying time to his left. He's going to take off with it. So pretty interesting. They get the opening drive touchdown. They wanted a little more. They were looking for 8, maybe something they thought about before the game started, I would imagine.
I think you're right about that. That's discussed in your staff meeting. A decision is made. I think the head coach has to blueprint it and say, yes, let's go ahead and do that. In this case, though, let's give some credit to the guys on defense. They gave up the touchdown, but found a way to regroup and keep them at the end zone for the two-point play.
So they went for 2 and failed. They didn't use him on the PAT, but now he boots this one away with a 6-0 lead. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Got it. Check, Mike, 54. Yo, cheetah. Slam. Out. Check. Nothing down.
They'll run on first down. Peyton. Big Geno Atkins there to bring him down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a game, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
From the 30 on second down, Manning. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Now Manning into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by 9-time Pro Bowler Ed Reed. And this will be a touchdown. We thought this defense would be opportunistic, and they were. Here, you're already up. Now you got a 2-touchdown lead. I tell you, going out there on defense, did they have a little bit of extra momentum with a score already on the board?
Oh, without a doubt. That already felt good to them. They took it and used it and obviously put up another one. But here's the thing now. Some defense coordinators might want to pull their guys back a little bit because they don't want them to make mistakes because they're too overamped. Others say, I've got 2-touchdown lead. Go get them, guys. They'll be even more aggressive.
This is fielded at the goal line. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. They try and run on first down, but to no avail. Tackled for a 2-yard loss in the backfield. Now that sends them 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Working from the gun, Manning. Trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jonathan Jones.
Hey, everybody, it's the coach, and this is Madden 20 on EA Sports. Let's send it down to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis for the call.
Okay, Coach, this challenge starts in the first quarter with over 5 minutes left remaining. We're still without a score, tied at 0. You've got the ball all the way down to your opponent's 15 as we get set here on second down. Give them a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal. From the shotgun, Wilson. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins there to make the grab as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter.
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out pretty well. The trust factor in effect.
A drive there of just 4 plays. And the Seahawks capping it off with a touchdown. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. And it's a short kick taken out beyond the 20. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line. Here comes the offense for Los Angeles as they get ready for this next possession. You think about the season that they had, certainly not the first team to go from a Super Bowl appearance to missing the playoffs, but 9-7, not quite good enough to get back in 2019. This offense certainly not as dynamic. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Reggie White on the sack there, showing the explosiveness that led him to the Hall of Fame. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. To throw is gone. And his throw here is incomplete. Robert Woods, former USC man, the intended target. And now it's 3rd down. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
They went with the dive look that time on defense. Just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. Taking it about the 16. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Wilson going to lead his guys up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Now this window is running back out of the backfield. Not able to go anywhere that time. 2nd down. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Here's Wilson. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. The 22 is the line to gain here on 3rd down. Again, Wilson. That's caught by the Hall of Famer, Casper. Oh, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. Throwing is Wilson. He's got a man. It's the tight end, Casper. And he will have the 1st down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. Well, they deemed it 4-down territory, and they got 4 yards to pick up the 1st. From the red zone now, here's Wilson on 1st down. Completes it to Hardman. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 7 yards to pick up on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. Wilson going to fake the give and keep it himself. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. 4 catches now on this drive alone. They can't stop him. It's another 1st down. To throw again is Wilson. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. He was looking for the great one, Jerry Rice. But it'll be 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. Here's Wilson. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. And that'll just about do it for us in this one. You've notched another win, and the next challenge awaits.
I'm the coach. You're locked into the NFL on EA Sports. Let's get back to Brandon and Charles for the call.
Thanks, Coach. We start this challenge in the 3rd quarter, and there's still quite a bit of time left. We're all tied at 10, but you're in the red zone. 1st and 10. And that's complete. It's Green here. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. Manning now to throw. He finds Hopkins complete. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. A field goal would get him the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on 3rd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
Slam, slam, slam. Kill, kill, kill. Hustle, hustle. Hard, hard. Be driven.
Running for it. Here's Chubb. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. It's 1st and goal after they rip off a solid chunk of yardage in the ground game on a risky 4th down call.
That was 4th and what we would call long in that situation, wasn't it? That wasn't 4th and inches, was it?
No, I mean, you get in those situations 4th and 3, 4th and 4. That's and he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Nick Chubb, his 2nd touchdown of the night, as his guys have now moved out in front. And they do exactly what they wanted to. Opening drive, they get into the end zone. They do it on the ground.
And not only is the person lugging the ball happy, of course, because he got it into the end zone. How about the offensive linemen and receivers who are blocking for him? They have to feel great about themselves, sticking it in the end zone on a running play.
That time, a 6-play drive. And Nick Chubb, the one to finish it off, as he does so with a touchdown run. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line.
Double tight, guys, double tight. Hey, we got 3.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. And this will be incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Mark Andrews, there. But it's going to be 2nd down. 2nd and 10 now from the 27. They'll fake the give to Ingram. Now Jackson rolling to his right. And he's going to keep it here. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first. Quick throw taken in by Snead. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. From the gun, Jackson. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
And we just saw another example. These cornerbacks have played tight coverage all game long. Might start wanting to think about a few double, triple move routes to try and shake their guys free.
You're right, they have had no room to breathe. And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. It appears they're going to come up empty on this first drive of the second half, still down by that slim margin.
Yeah, and that's okay. You know, when you sit and analyze it, they're not happy about what happened having to go to the bench. But this gives them a chance to let their defense do some work while they on the sidelines go over what they're doing offensively and formulate a proper plan.
The 3rd quarter starts with a run by Chubb. And he'll be taken down at the 18. The UCLA product, Kenny Young, had the tackle. They go with Chubb on 2nd down. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, That would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Just a yard on the run there. That's good. Bring us to a 4th down. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. They'll run for it. Chubb. And I don't think he got there. He did not. They stop him a yard shy. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. So nursing a slim lead, and that is the opposite of protecting that slim lead.
All I can think here is that head coach, he knows more about what's going on with his team than we do. He must know something's up. Either he has trouble with his punter, right? He's worried about his defense. There's an explanation in there that we're going to ask for after the game, because in this situation, I wouldn't have done that in normal circumstances, but maybe he thought my best opportunity is with my offense.
Yeah, interesting. Back in their own territory. Now we'll see what transpires. It looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Jackson. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. And who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases have the most success in this league.
We play to win. Let's go.
Here comes the Browns offense back onto the field. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. They'll have a 1st down past the 40. And nothing but daylight ahead. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Congratulations on yet another victory. Now, you can go right to the next challenge if there's another one available, or return to challenges to receive your reward.
Hello, everyone. You're watching Ultimate Challenges, and I'm your host, the Coach. Now let's hand it off to Brandon and Charles as we jump straight into the action.
Okay, Coach, thank you. We jump into this challenge with a lot of time still remaining in the 2nd quarter. You're leading by 10 points. You've got possession in your... From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Hey, Charlie.
Here's Manning to throw. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little game. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Manning going to throw. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. First down, San Francisco. The pickup, 14 yards. On 1st and 10, here's Manning. Green brings it in. Nothing on that one. It'll be 2nd down. They couldn't get anything going. They're out on the right side in the flat of the swing pass.
And didn't we have a discussion with their staff about wanting to get the backs more involved in the passing game? Huge emphasis for this game, but obviously the defense had other plans and really made a nice play.
Now a nice throw here, right side. He hauls it in. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 33. They go play action here on 1st down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Here we go. Here we go.
Now Manning. This one complete to Mecole Hardman. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the... And it's complete in the end zone. Touchdown, 49ers. Mecole Hardman, 34 yards. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. And, man, Charles, talk about singing something in there. Those gloves, they help with one-handed catchers, the fun stuff. Any padding for a rocket like that?
One would think so, but I'll guarantee you this. After that throw, his hands will hurt later. Not right now in the moment. He's just feeling good about catching it.
Yeah, a little stinger, but a touchdown. This is fielded at the goal line. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. The Packers offense now. They get ready to head back onto the field. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Here's Rodgers to throw. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd. I don't know. He had to be pretty quick with his fingers to start and stop after the ball hit the ground. I'm giving him some credit.
Well, I'm thinking about the mental focus, you know?
Yeah.
The mental focus.
Yeah, that's true.
Got to stay with it.
That's true. Taken in at the 22. It's a 47-yard punt, return of 6. And the Niners are going offense, 1st and 10. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Did they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They fake the handoff. Now Manning. That's complete to his running back, Peyton. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really...
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Manning. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a 1st down, 49ers. Throwing on 1st down is Manning. Flushed out right. Throw complete there to Jerry Rice. 39 yards the distance covered on the catch and run. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. And between the last 2 plays, they've moved it over half the length of the football field. Now Manning again. And it's caught. Only a yard in the completion. It's 2nd and goal. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Again, they'll throw with Manning to the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
Break.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Right. He's tight right here. He's tight.
And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Double dog. That's the way.
On play action, now Manning. He'll get that to his tight end, Casper. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Manning eluding the pressure right. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Jerry Rice. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Manning looking for his running back, and he's got him. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
When you think of Mike Daniels, you think of strength. Hard to knock off the football, but surprising quickness and ability to move and evade people. How about that play there?
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick, and he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Two times.
Now Manning. And he fires one that's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. To throw is Manning. It's complete to Hopkins. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 18 yards, 1st down Niners.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Let him know, let him know. Big ass. Check 13, check 13.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. A small bit of adversity here on what's been a strong drive as they come up 2nd and 12. Going to run the sweep here. This is Hopkins. A nice job there as he rumbles for 9, and it'll be back to a 3rd and 3. The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. Manning now to throw. He's got his man. That's Hardman. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. The end result, 21 yards. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead. On 2nd and very short. Manning. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. Give him 30 yards there. As a defense, what a nuisance when you look on the other side and they've got a tight end that can run a post route like that.
And you felt the ground shake, didn't you? Oh, you've been all the way up here in this booth. How about when he grabbed the...
And he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. Taking it in from a yard out. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
Yeah, that was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Extra point good by Hopkins. And that makes our score 17-0. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now trotting out there, the Packers getting ready to go. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the Pack up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Now it's Rodgers. Open here is Allison. That's complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. Throwing on 1st down is Rodgers. And that's complete to Adams. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. An extra DB for the 49ers now on 3rd. On the delay, Jones. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line. Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And this will be taken at the 13. A good return there, 17 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. The 49ers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
And now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the football.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here. On 1st down, it's Green. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. On 2nd down now. It's Green, and he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 2 yards, good enough for a first. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Zadarius Smith able to get him down. Now another timeout called for by the offense. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Watch twist. Watch twist. Let's go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
And, Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
Nice job there getting the win. Next up, another challenge, of course.
Welcome, everybody. I'm the coach. Up next, another ultimate challenge on EA Sports. Let's join this one already in progress. Here's Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, thank you. We jump into this challenge with a lot of time still remaining in the second quarter. You're trailing by 4, but you're in the red zone as we get set here, 1st and 10. Manning now on 1st down. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. A 14-yard touchdown. And the Saints take it right down the field and score on the opening drive. There are several elements to a well-executed screen pass. This one resulted in a touchdown. It had all of those elements.
Yeah, you're so right, because you really need the rush to almost get to the quarterback, almost get to the passer. Then you've got to get the ball thrown perfectly, whether it's to the running back, the wide receiver, wherever the screen guy is. And, of course, the blocking has to form in front to get him downfield for the touchdown.
And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. So out come the Bucs now for their first drive. They're led out by a man raised in Alabama, went to Florida State. It's their quarterback, Jameis Winston.
No question at all about his talent, and that's been on display since his first game as a starter at Florida State. On a Monday night, the whole country watching, he only missed 2 passes in the entire game and led his team to a big victory and later a national championship as a freshman.
Winston now to throw on 1st down. He'll find Barber out of the backfield.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Winston got him in. It's Brashad Perriman. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That's good for a Buccaneer first, a pickup of 12 yards. Barber on 1st and 10. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball in this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
7 yards there and a 1st down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
They go back to the ground, this time Barber. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves.
Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Oh, free safety blitz. That can be a gamble, but it proves fruitful there.
Yeah, you're exactly right about the gamble, because oftentimes the free safety is the last line of defense against a long pass. And when he comes at the quarterback, he better get home and make the play. Otherwise, a big play could result for the offense.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. He'll return it from the 6. A terrific return. 30 yards all in all. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Manning. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Oh, my goodness. Was that a defensive back that got to him with the pressure?
Oh, look at the former defensive back. You're all smiles up here.
Oh, babe, I can hear my smile on that play.
That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be third down. The Saints on third down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete. That's a pretty good opening possession defensively.
And you know the goal is to make something of a statement, especially on the road with your first defensive possession, isn't it? Go right out and establish yourselves and let them know this is going to be tough going all game long.
Okay, look at this. The punt team nowhere to be found. They're on the sidelines. Offense going to go for this on the opening drive. Escaping the pressure right. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And this is going to be incomplete. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And the Bucs are going to take over with excellent field position to boot. They'll run on first down. Barber. And that's not the start that he was looking for, as he's going to be met and dropped behind the line. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. On 2nd and 11 now. Winston. He finds his target. It's Evans. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. From the shotgun, it's Winston. He completes it to Evans. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Bucs take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive.
In both locker rooms, the coaches talked about setting the tone early. Didn't matter whether you start on offense or defense. In this case, the team that had the ball first did exactly that. Took it right downfield and scored.
So that about as lengthy a drive as you're ever going to see. And it's all finished off with a touchdown by Tampa Bay. This one taken from the 7. Then he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Here he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. Been a decent start for him here in this first half, but bottom line, his team's losing. They got to fix something.
And it starts with him. He has to keep that little quarterback strut going right now to make sure this team sees him as confident. Continue to try and up his game, but just let him know, hey, if I'm around, if I'm the one calling signals and throwing the football, just follow me, we'll get there. Sometimes that will do more to elevate a team than anything else.
If he has that confidence.
Single receiver. Hey, you're on an island over there. Single receiver. Watch here. Watch here. Watch time. Take right.
On 1st and 10, here's Manning. That's caught by the Hall of Famer Casper. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That goes for a gain of 31. They go play action here on first down. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. Shaquille Barrett put that sack by his name in the stat sheet. After the sack on first down, Manning, he finds Hopkins complete. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. As they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. Devin White, the rookie out of LSU, there to bat that one away. Manning now on 3rd and goal. Looking for Thomas. He's got him. Touchdown, New Orleans. And just like that, another ultimate challenge has been defeated. Savor the victory, if only for a moment, because you know there's...